Cyprian Tansi was a Nigerian priest whose simple and holy life is an inspiration for us today. He was born in Nigeria in 1903. Neither of his parents were Catholic. When he was young, a medicine man accused his mother of killing local children and she was forced to drink poison. His father later remarried. Though Cyprian's father wasn't a Christian, he sent him to a Catholic school because he saw education as a means of escaping poverty. In school, Cyprian served as an altar boy and a catechist. He was a lively child, and he actually lost eyesight in one eye after a mud fight with other kids. As he grew older, he became more serious. He once fasted so long that he became ill. He felt called to the priesthood, but his family was unhappy with his calling. His father wanted him to become a businessman. Even though his father disapproved, Cyprian entered St. Paul's Seminary in 1925. He was ordained in 1937, and he was one of the few Nigerian priests in Nigeria at that time. Most priests were foreign missionaries. As a priest, he practiced a lot of self-sacrifice. He built his own home, and he ate extremely simple food. He became very popular with his congregations because of the programs he founded to help the poor and needy. One of his parishioners was a boy named Francis Arinzi. Francis was an altar boy in Cyprian's church and viewed him as an inspiration. Francis would later follow Cyprian into the priesthood and eventually become a cardinal. Cardinal Arinzi said, "As a priest, Father Tansi was devoted to his people. He preached clear and incisive homilies which people recall even after 50 years. He was courageous in preaching the whole gospel and all the commandments without discount or equivocation. He defended women's rights, and he even helped a female parishioner fight off a group of male attackers by himself at one point. He encouraged this woman to press charges, and the conviction of these men is considered a milestone moment for women's rights in Nigeria." It wasn't all smooth sailing, though. Cyprian was known to be very strict with his congregation and the students at the parish school. Sometimes his strictness caused resentment. In 1950, Cyprian started to feel drawn to the monastic life. He entered the Trappist Abbey of Mount Saint Bernard in England. His time as a novice was not easy. His novice master was a perfectionist and was very hard on him, and this led Cyprian to reflect on his earlier strictness back in Nigeria. He realized that he had been too harsh at times. In the abbey, Cyprian worked in the vegetable gardens and the bookbindery. One of his fellow monks said, "As a person, he was very ordinary, very humble, obviously a great man of deep prayer and dedication." Cyprian took his monastic vows in 1956, and for the next 7 years he lived a humble life of work and prayer. In 1963, it was planned for him to move back to Nigeria to establish a monastery there. He was excited to return to his home country. Unfortunately, political tensions in Nigeria caused plans to change, and the monastery's location was switched to Cameroon. This upset Cyprian, and it was one of the few times he ever lost his temper as a monk. He quickly recovered himself and accepted their decision. Unfortunately, he would not be able to go back to Africa at all, though. In January 1964, he started feeling intense pain in his leg, and he was diagnosed with thrombosis. He collapsed and was brought to the hospital, where he died of an aneurysm on January 20th. He was 60 years old. He was beatified in 1998, and his feast day is January 20th. According to Pope John Paul II, Blessed Cyprian Michael Tansi is a prime example of the fruits of holiness which have grown and matured in the Church in Nigeria since the Gospel was first preached in this land.